for vice-related crimes. Crystal, what are you doing?
Want to say hi?
Who is it, Eddie?
Huh?
Is it Eddie? Is that Eddie?
Yes, it
What would I want to talk to him?
Crystal, a familiar face, is on the phone with her pimp, who is also the father of her child. Chin lets her know he's watching. He has no reason to arrest Crystal yet.
I gotta go to one.
You gotta do what you gotta do, okay?
Okay. Eddie, you said hi.
Okay. Tell him if I catch him driving, I'm gonna tow that Jag.
There's a guy out here.
Well, I'm just telling you.
You gotta get it insured.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Okay.
All right?
We won't be out here.
Good night. Be careful. Let's watch her.
Officers Chin and Lantrip follow Crystal at a distance, looking for a reason to pick her up.
Police. How you doing?
Good.
Crystal, what are you doing in the car? Huh? Step out of the car for me. What are you doing? Stand over there. Put your pants back up.
My pants are up. They were never down.
What are you doing out here? Didn't I tell you to watch out? Huh? You don't listen to me?
I listen.
What did I just finish telling you? We got a wagon coming?
Yeah.
So many of these girls have never had anybody in their life ever tell them, hey, I'm very proud of you, you're doing the right thing. So what they do is, a pimp who makes this is his job, his profession, he manipulates these young girls.
What are you getting cars? Don't you know? Isn't it dangerous out here in the Mission? Isn't it more dangerous here in the Mission than downtown?
After a few years working the beat, it becomes less an issue of enforcement and more a matter of the girl's safety.
I know. Why you look at you? Look at where you are. You know? Hey, you know there's been killings already. And you why's that?
Most of the prostitutes know that sometimes the only people looking out for their best interests are the vice cops.
See? We care about you. Come on.
Sometimes it's good knowing they're out there because there's like a lot of crazy people. If something bad happens, all you gotta do is flag them down. At the same time, like disrupting my whole night. So
Officers Chin and Lantrip take Crystal in for questioning, just like they have done 100 times before.
When you first made contact with the gentleman, how was contact made?
Eye contact.
Eye contact?
Yeah.
All right, kiddo. You're out of here, okay? No more. If I catch you again, you better go home tonight. You understand?
They tell Crystal to go home, but they know she can't go home until she makes her quota for her pimp. For Mark Lantrip, the frustrations are starting to build.
Time and time again, same girls over and over. Unfortunately, it's an ongoing thing, and there's not much change in it. So, as far as the impact, I actually feel it's very little. I wish we could do more, but that's the way our system's set up.
Prostitution itself is really a nuisance.
San Francisco District Attorney Terrence Hallinan acknowledges the lack of prosecution for prostitutes, but he says the liberal attitude of the populace influences his office's action.
Our office does not make it any kind of priority issue. The judges, to be honest, don't want those cases in their courts. They don't regard them as serious. And if we go to trial, the juries very often refuse to convict, so they're not cases that we want to spend a lot of energy on. There's a lot of frustration on the part of the Vice Squad that I definitely feel, but that's the way it's going to be.
Although the work Vice does can be frustrating, the officers find solace in the cases they see as making a difference.
You got my pager. Page me when you get in, okay?
Mike Lawson and Susan Rolovich are leading a bust on a local escort service. Many escort services tread the line between being a legitimate business and just an ad for a pimp.
Do we have any boxes or anything?
Yeah. There's probably no greater satisfaction in working in this type of business is getting a pimp.
Any boxes or anything?
Officer Rolovich has infiltrated the escort service as a working prostitute and gained the trust of the pimp.
What the public and people don't realize, it's not just, two consenting adults, sex for money. That's not what happens. All the prostitution on the streets is run by pimps.
Before she calls the pimp to arrange a meeting, Officer Rolovich sets up recording equipment so she can use the call later as evidence.
Yeah, I should be here till about 5:30.
Till 5:30?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you talked to Liz?
Officer Rolovich tries to make it clear on tape that the pimp is talking about sex for money.
This guy paid $600 for 2 hours?
Right.
Okay. But he only had sex once. So it was pretty easy again.
It was pretty easy again.
Yeah.
Well, that's the idea.
Keep them coming.
Yeah.
Sergeant Lawson leads the briefing.
The pimp is going to be on Fulton Street. This is where he has his office, where he has the contracts, where he interviews the girls. He's already made one money drop to this guy on Fulton Street. And we're going to do one more money drop tonight. It's supposed to be $210 for 2 hours last night.
Now that since he thinks I've worked for him a couple more times, he might, at first they're really like, oh God, I don't know her. I can't say too much. She might be a cop. But so maybe tonight, who knows what he'll say,
Inside the pimp's office building, Sue drops off the money, while the other vice officers wait right down the hall to move in and make the bust.
Force identification located. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have an attorney present with you.
An easy bust. Now the vice officers gather the evidence they need to put him out of business permanently. Almost all of San Francisco's street prostitutes are controlled by pimps, but 90% of the sex trade operates behind closed doors at places like the Sophia Massage Parlor, where officers Chin and Landship are about to pay a surprise visit.
Please open the door. Right now.
Right now, we're going to kick it in. Hey. Go in there and have a seat.
The Asian girls who work at these massage parlors come to San Francisco in search of the American dream. But once they get here, they're faced with a harsh reality.
Tell me, what's happening?
The girls in most of the massage parlors are being brought into this country, mostly from Southeast Asia, and forced into prostitution by Asian organized crime.
Lubricating jelly. So the girls can basically have sex, whether they want to or not.
How long you been in this country?
They have no choice. They're in a new country. The language is very difficult. Otherwise, they won't get a place to stay. They won't get anything to eat. They won't have any clothes. So they're forced into it.
Hello, ladies. Police in front. Everybody in front. Let's go. Let's go, Chin, my butt. Let's go. Come here.
Officer Chin is well known by most of the city's prostitutes. Today, he recognizes Angie, the former streetwalker,
Oh, call me Cadron, huh?
who now has a legitimate massage license.
I didn't know you were here.
Try to leave and get away from you, and you come over here anyways.
We go everywhere, you know that, Angie.
Hi.
How's it going?
All right. What you need?
Looks like if you want to get a massage for my back, it's killing me, but I guess not.
Have a bad time.
So what do you think about the inside as far as being inside and the outside? What do you think about that?
Much better.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot safer in here. Not as many problems. You don't have to worry about who you're getting in the car with.
These girls come to me sometimes with black eyes, broken arms. They're basically intimidating by their pimps. And people don't see that side of it. You just say it's a victimless crime. It is not a victimless crime. The prostitutes are victims.
Okay, kiddo. Be good, huh?
Always, Chin, always.
Angie, though still a prostitute, is one of the few streetwalkers lucky enough to have escaped her pimp.
You have a gun in the purse?
Oh, yeah, too.
Okay.
And Chin knows that's at least a step in the right direction.
Last year, Americans spent over $2.5 billion on products for their backs.
Here's a nice item.
Why is this market so large?
What would happen if Vice wasn't here, if we in uniform, the patrol division, if we weren't taking enforcement action? Your streets would be overrun with pimps and prostitutes. You'd have actual warfare out here on these corners with them claiming territory.
Lieutenant Joe Dudo headed up Vice for the last 4 years. Now